All right. Hi. Earlier today, I made a video, me saying, I don't feel good. I don't feel great. I guess really it's just in my nature to make things go around and try to make the best out of it. And so I stated in that video that I wasn't feeling good. I woke up late and, my head, I was just all sleepy and tired, emotionally and physically. I think I look less tired now, but my eyes still tired. But I am feeling a little bit better after I took a nap. I just took like 2 hours of nap and woke up. And when I woke up, I started reading the book that I told in my previous video, which was The Book of Boundaries by Melissa Urban. And so I started reading it. I got about like 30 pages, and it was a nice read. I liked the read. And I started to realize that whatever mistake that I made in the past with, the previous girl, you know what, let's just name her. I'm gonna call her Ashley. I'm gonna call her Ashley. Well, her name is not Ashley, but I just jumbled the words to make it sound like that. So I'm just gonna call her Ashley. So Ashley here, but you know what? I'm just gonna. No, no, no. I don't want to disclose her name. So Ashley here, she really taught me a lot of good things. And the reason why we have stopped communicating is because I did not and was not able to meet her needs. Mainly, I didn't respect her boundaries, I didn't give her space, and I was begging for too much attention. Which all of those things I understand why it happened. I understand it now, but I was ignorant back then. And so not meeting her demands, not meeting her needs, and especially her boundaries is something that it's really the only reason why this never worked for the both of us. Mainly because I did not know how to enforce boundaries within myself. And so now that I've realized it, I was ignorant, and I was aware of the term boundaries. I knew what boundaries were, but I didn't really see the depth of it. I didn't know how important it is. I just know the word. It's like there's a big difference between knowing something and understanding something. You know the word, but you don't understand what the word means, something like that, right? And so I only know the word boundaries. I know that it means like what people uh, will set these limits for themselves and for the others, and I know there are things that are meant to be respected. But there's a deeper side of it that I didn't understand back then. And now I think I am getting a grasp of it, and I think that I am much more capable of understanding of what it is. Because I know that I need boundaries within myself as well. And so that's one main reason why we didn't work. And the second is that I begged for too much attention. And the reason was that I don't want to explain it any longer because I want to focus this video about boundaries. So the second one is I begged for attention because I think I've said this before already. Um, I've been put into positions when back in my childhood where I was powerless. Powerless. I was powerless when someone very important in my life was leaving. And so again, back to the boundaries. As I was reading the book, I realized that these are things that are not taught. They are not actively, what do you call this? People don't really talk about boundaries that much. It's like something, it's like a taboo thing. It's not bad per se, but it's just something that most of us avoid, just to avoid conflict, just to avoid making people uncomfortable. And I think at some point, every one of us is a people pleaser at some point. And what I mean by this is that boundaries are not meant to, push people away. They are not meant to um, make conflict or make arguments between friendships and relationships. They are meant to strengthen them, which I didn't understand before. I just only thought that boundaries are just lines that I do not cross. And, that made it harder for me to understand what they really meant back then. And Ashley, well, if you're watching this video, or if you've ever had a chance to come across to this video, I just want to let you know that I'm sorry for putting you through that. I know it's only been 6 days since the last time we talked, but I am working on myself now. But yeah, like I said, boundaries are something that is very important that I have to establish within myself. And so I don't have a lot of things to say right now about setting boundaries. I think my goal for now is to identify what are the things that needed boundaries. Aside from relationships, I think I need to enforce more boundaries within myself. The self infliction of, when I play too much games, I feel drained. So maybe I need to set this boundary for myself that, hey, maybe I should stop playing for a while and just take a break because it's taking a lot of energy out of me. And sometimes I do feel that whenever I stop playing after a long session, like I did post earlier this morning about 2 a.m. I did a post about saying I feel drained and not satisfied at all. Maybe it's one of those that I need to set boundaries for myself. And there's so many things that I haven't seen before that I am starting to see now, which uplifted my mood and which made me feel a little bit better about myself today. And I think it's very. I already reclaimed the day. It's productive for me. Even though that I haven't done any of the stuff that I need to do, I feel super proud of myself today. I feel productive. And so I'm not expert. I'm still worried about what if I don't see those boundaries, and what if I don't recognize those boundaries. Well, I am thinking right now maybe I could just ask them, and that is completely okay. For me, I think that asking boundaries are okay. Like whenever you get into a relationship and say, hey, um, I really like whatever it is that is going on between us, but I just want to make sure that I am not overstepping any limits or boundaries of you. I think that's one good way to put it. I think that it's okay to ask. I think, you know what? I think it's better to ask for boundaries than letting them, tell you that. Or, I mean, it's not really bad to let them tell you that. It's just maybe initiative is sounds more that you care about that person. So I think that whenever I make a new friend, or meet another girl, maybe I'll do just that. I'm just gonna make sure that they are well taken care of. That, hey, I really like what's going on between us, and I would love this friendship to foster. So I would like to set my boundaries, and I would like to know yours. I think it's a good thing to say that, because in some way you are, well, I am setting a dynamic between two people, setting clear communication for the relationship. And so if I sound like I'm rushing, it's because I have class in 15 minutes and I am just, yapping about boundaries. But this is something that I am happy to discuss because it's like an eye opening thing for me. It's really new to me. And when I was reading this book, I was thinking, maybe it's not so bad after all what happened between us. And I've also realized that porn have really made a big fucking damage to my relationships. And I've always questioned, how does porn really damage relationship, and number one that I thought about is that I couldn't differentiate intimacy between false intimacy. There's two things, you know, and that ruined me. But again, this video is not about porn or getting over my addiction. It's about boundaries. I'd like to know more about that. I'd like to study more about it. I'd like to learn more and apply it more to my life. And don't get me wrong, it's not going to be instant. As if while reading that, and right now, I'm still afraid of, what if something happens? Because I have thought of scenarios that makes me anxious and dreading the things that I am thinking about. And it makes my stomach flip upside down, which those are the things that, well, Melissa, the author, said needed boundaries. Well, I'm gonna have to put that into practice if I really want it to work. So that's it for today's video. I think it's enough. I don't really have anything to say. Maybe later if I've got an idea. But all of the words that I needed to say have been said. And yeah, that's just about it. Have a good day, everyone. Bye bye.